Hey guys, back in the shop again. Working on the old blue Willys here with the fuel tank that we have been working on the past couple days. Got the 3D foam model trimmed back down and put back under the Jeep. You can kind of see that here. I'll show you some of the details as we go around. This is pretty close to final, and I think it's going to work well. So we'll show you here from the back. The problems we were having before was kind of the shackle clearance issue. So right now the Jeep is jacked up with a couple of my taller jacks. Highly recommended. It's nice with two here because I can slide the fuel tank in this way. But so anyways, the suspension's at full droop with the anti-kickback shackles, and we can see that the main spring eye bolt has plenty of clearance. I can get my whole hand behind there. It is a little tighter on the anti-inversion bolt, but still decent clearance, and the top bolt is still very good on the shackle. So I think all that's going to work. The spring clamp, now that everything has been narrowed up, is a lot better. I think that's fine. That's over an inch. I will put a button head back in that instead of the hex head that was in it before. I don't think there's enough room to put a tapered head in it, though I might look at that just to make this flush on the side, but I think we're okay there. So that's generally the same on both sides, and the tank is going to now have a cut along the back to slope it and eliminate this corner for trail clearance. So basically what that does is connect where the, say you were coming off of a big ledge or something, basically connecting the lowest point of the tank to the spring. So hopefully, even drooped out, if you fell on the bumper and scraped off something, the tank isn't going to take the brunt of the hit. The bottom of this tank will likely be thicker and skid plated, but still, I don't want this being the first thing that you hit. So that taper will really clean things up and clean up the look too. So yeah, so that's this side. Everything else is pretty normal in here. We marked out where the fuel tank, the pump can go, so that'll be through this access panel. So on the trail, if you did have a problem or something, this is just going to use a GM, standard GM pump to feed the 4.3 GM motor, and this will be a AutoZone replaceable part, a day, overnight, off the shelf fuel pump assembly. I have the best luck with those for a lot of different reasons that I'll explain more when we get into the plumbing. But basically there'll just be a little access hatch over here, pop that off, fuel pump access. I am going to add a panel here that fills in this pintle hitch gap, and then a diagonal brace that comes down to the frame, kind of like the factory K-member was, but much smaller, to brace the hitch assembly here. So that's this side, and then we'll sneak around here and look back under this side, if we can, camera will adjust and all that. So tank's under here again. Not much changed under here, just a lot more clearance here for when the axle comes up, and a little bit more in the axle tube area here, and then more on the back for the diff cover clearance. And there may still be some fine tuning with the axle position fore and aft, and I can do that with my adjustable spring pads. So those have a plate in them that you can basically bolt in and turn around, and you can adjust the axle a 1/4 inch at a time, or whatever you want to get cut, but I did 1/4 of an inch, from 1 inch plus to 1 inch minus, and right now it is in the full back position, and so I will tune that with the wheel well opening up there. Other than that, it's pretty clean and simple. Under here I'll have to do some mounts on the forward part of the tank. I think I'm going to tie into one of these belly pan frame tubes for that, to support the front part of the tank. None of this will need a skid plate. There will be it's 2 inches above the bottom of the frame, and then there will be a skid plate on the bottom of the frame that goes to, you know, out here. So I think that's a very minimal exposure area, and I think that'll work out fine. So yeah, other than that, I think that sums it up pretty much. You can see a little bit more of the big wheel well opening that I did for the 37s, which are really like big 35s and BFG tires. But yeah, that's about as far back as the axle can go before it falls off the body, but still have a little bit of trimming or adjusting to do with the axle fore and aft once the suspension's fully built. So yeah, that's that. I think we can pull this thing back out now and do the final trim on this back corner and start on the chipboard template for everything. And while we're doing that, we're probably going to do this fill-in piece for the pintle and these braces, kind of as a K-member to this hitch assembly. So thanks for following along with this every day. Hope you're liking this daily kind of vlog setup. I am going to try and do a walk around catch up video on the old Blue Willys project this weekend, so stay tuned for that. If you have any questions, definitely comment below. Do the subscribing and the liking. Is that over here? This, I don't know, but do that stuff. It really helps out. I'm hoping this YouTube channel thing will be a good venue for this kind of tech, this daily detailed build tech. So let's make that work, guys. Thanks. Bye.